Alright, guys. Yesterday I put one out for all you guys that were not responsible for banging out all this snow. Today is a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit of a recovery day for all you guys that are hurting. Oochie wale wale, oochie bang bang. If we're trying to get into that hip flexor a little bit, I go with a frog step with the knee down first to be a little less aggressive. Then I pop the leg up so the back knee's up. Then I open up the T-spine, and then the second round through, just to make it a little better, I squeeze the back glute during all three of these movements. How's it feel? Feels good. Alright, this is my pitiful downward dog here, going into one leg. Riggs tried to get me better at this, but I still struggle. But then I'm just going to go right into a pigeon here. I'm going to drop the lateral side of the knee directly under the chest. I'm going to keep my back and knee off the ground and sink those hips in, and then I'll just kick back through this a couple times. You can try to pedal the back foot there that's on the ground if you want to get a little calf stretch too. Drop that hip in, keep the knee off the ground. Feels pretty good. Alright, here we go. I don't have my PVC at home, so I'm using a trusty old broom. Improvise, guys. So I'm going to try to pull the broom apart, creating some tension on my upper back. I'm going to try to keep the broom over the midfoot, and too strong! No, I'm just playing. But you do want to keep tension through that. Keep it over the midfoot, and then we'll just sink through the legs there. Try not to fold too far forward. Again, broom stays in line with the middle of the foot. Then we're just going to try to drop into this, stretch the lats a little bit, stretch the lower back. I like going palms face you, about a shoulder width grip, and then I'm going to try to sink my head through as deep as I can. And then I'll just continue to breathe and try to sink a little bit deeper, and a little bit deeper. Deep Creek, Maryland trip. Anybody want to go? I think this is the 90-90. This is the one that feels like trash can on fire that someone put an accelerant on top of to get rid of some evidence, guys. So I'm trying to think about my spine staying up like a string's pulling my head straight up, and then my knees are going to stay at 90 degrees. My heels try to stay flat on the ground, and I'm just going to rotate back and forth through internal and external rotation of the hips. Moving on, thank God we are going into a squat here. Again, we're just going to kind of open up, mess around with opening up the T-spine a little bit. I'm trying to sink in pretty deep into this thing without butt wink, but really trying to relax there at the bottom. And then we're just going to open up each side. I let my head track with my hands. And then I'm going to start rocking around a little bit, guys. So I'm just going to kind of like let the knee travel forward, mess with the ankle mobility. You can see my right's really jacked up from screwing up in basketball. And then I'm also going into a pry to get a stretch in the groin, so elbows on the knees and pushing out. Then I'll try to rock a little bit more. We're going to go into the crowd pleaser, the pretzel, like pretzel, except with the name Brett. So you're going to grab the back ankle. You're going to create a 90-degree angle with the knee. You're going to sink your shoulder blades and head back to the ground and enjoy. Hit a couple rounds. Don't do anything that your body is not capable of, and flow through as many times as you want. So recovery days are really about stretching a little bit, but you really want to stimulate blood flow to the muscles so you can heal a little bit faster and get back under that barbell.